Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is NoDust here, and we're going to play some more System Shock 2. Let's hop into game. Yep, and we're going to continue where we left off at the radar dish. The radar dish just exploded. We have no idea what's going on. A lady contacted us on some sort of communication device. So there's some blood here. So it looks like we've been busted out of some sort of containment tank. And cameras, okay, interesting. So the cameras are showing signs of devastation and life loss, as we can see. I'm going to go in here today, pick up the wrench. And I'm going to equip the wrench. I think there was something about me picking up the wrench. Well, there was no way for me to get past this without the wrench. I don't think there was. Possibly, actually, I could have used the Psi amp. And let me see if I can. So the way that Psi works is you charge it up. That yellow bar shows that if you can charge it up to the yellow bar, you do extra damage, or you have an extra effect. So I could have left that area without the wrench. Very, very possible. But often very, very imprudent.
The entire sector is de-pressurizing, and the blue vacuum shield won't last long. Get through a secure airlock before you're sucked into space. Move it!
Wow. I didn't know that it was possible to skip the wrench in the early game. And there's probably a merit to skipping the wrench if you... merit to dropping the wrench if you're okay on Psi Hypos and so on and so forth. Okay, let's go in here. What's this? A cryogenics sector access card. What did we pick up? And you know what's so cool about this game? Aside from what I've already said, you can click this little question mark button and get information on everything. I can question mark the button, my HUD, and get a little blurb about the key card I just picked up. How cool is that? I can question mark the nanites. I can question mark the cyber modules. I can question mark the MFD. Okay, maybe not the MFD, but even the audio logs. Just the amount of detail that has gone into this game. I love it. I can't stop loving it. And just a reminder to you guys. Some people may be more into a more business-like playthrough, but this is a love letter from me to System Shock 2. A 16 to 17-year-old game. 16 going on 17-year-old game. Let's pick up the PDA. Amapur 7th of July 14 added to PDA. I think I can press U to listen to it.
Great. Gotta change the access codes out of Cryo A again. Like I've got nothing better to do. I think Grassy just likes to make work for me. I'll set the new code to 45100. That should be easy enough to remember.
45100. And I can hack it if I want, but I don't have hack skill. 45100, a reference to Fahrenheit 451. And if you're interested, I'll put the link. So 45100 being a reference to Fahrenheit 451, a book by Ray Bradbury, I believe. I haven't read the entire book myself, but I probably should finish reading it since I'm such a fan of System Shock. And obviously, the creators of System Shock are fans of Fahrenheit 451. Before we move on, let me see if I can change the audio level of just the voice. The voice audio. Okay, not really doing it for me. That's fine. Okay. So, step through. So, see someone running by. Followed by, what the hell is that? Yeah? Very, very chilling images. If you think back to 99, seeing something like that, this System Shock not only being a very detailed and very well made game, cutting edge of suspense and horror.
Warning. Decompression event imminent. Please move immediately to Cryo Recovery B. Decompression event imminent.
So just reminding us that we are in a hurry to get out of the decompressed area that has been destroyed by the that radar dish flying off the window. Okay, and now we are in a room with...
This power cell is dead. There should be a recharger nearby. Just use it and it will recharge all the power-driven devices in your possession. After you've recharged the cell, plug it into the auxiliary power unit. That should open the airlock door. Be quick about it. The vacuum seals won't hold up much longer.
Now I'm going to break immersion and say obviously the vacuum seals they don't depressurize until you actually complete this quest. This is a tutorial walkthrough, but you know it's really good that the team give you some sort of tension. So like you know some sort of tension to get through they set the pace of the game by giving you tension and giving you albeit imagined time pressure. So we have recharged our power cell, and I'm going to just drag it into the override. It opens our thing.
Good. You've managed to get out before the whole area depressurized. I've just uploaded you some cybernetic modules. You can use them to upgrade your cybernetic rig at the upgrade units in this area. There are 4 types of units in the next room, 1 for each subsystem of your cybernetic gear. Stats, psi, weapons, and tech. But use the modules carefully. They're hard to come by.
So, as the lady has just told us, we got some cybernetic modules for finishing a quest. And I was just exploring around there, picking up some nanites. And we can use these modules. They're basically in-game currency to allow us to upgrade our rig. Now, before we do that, I will actually let's do the question mark on the cyber modules and just refresh. Cybernetic modules contain a mix of programmable RNA databases and brainwave EM, which can be used to augment a cyber rig at any upgrade unit. A proprietary TriOp training device. Skills acquired via upgrade units are not guaranteed to last more than a few weeks. Those skills acquired in this fashion and then used consistently, and especially under stressful conditions, are frequently found to be permanent. Quote, God, he was jacked. I had never seen a specimen like him. How much of his original self remained? Hard to say. However, I must admit, he put the Psi back in cybernetic. End quote. She Magazine, July 2111. I don't remember reading that bit actually, and really it points towards the future where cybernetic alterations and modifications have become the trend, and even in certain magazines, women have written in to say they're into guys with, or maybe not, they're into partners with cybernetic modifications. So let's just have a look at what our options are. We can pick some psi skills. I'll skip that for now. It's a little too stats are just basic, and we can mouse over these. Strength, carrying capacity, endurance gives me more HP. Psi gives me more access to psionic resources. Agility runs faster. Cyber affinity, more affinity with machines, and hacking and so on and so forth. So tech, I think I will. So tech gives me access to a couple of things. Hack, self-explanatory. Hacking, repair, which is repairing weapons or machines. A modify, which is upgrading things. Maintenance, which is different from repair. Repair is repairing things from a broken state. Maintenance is keeping an unbroken thing maintained. And research is researching unknown things. So I do want to save for hack, actually. I think I'm going to save my 8 cyber modules for now and save for hack. Let's have a look at weapons. So there are 3 classes of weapons in this game. Standard, which is just, I guess, like pistols and so on and so forth. Energy weapons, which is like laser pistols. And heavy weapons, which probably, rocket launchers and so on and so forth. I don't know if there's a rocket launcher in this game, actually. I've never been a heavy weapons user. And apologies, I'm skipping some of these tutorials. I think it's going to slow down the pace of the video too much, although me explaining just the basics of the game, I think that's relevant. And before we move on, I will explain nanites. So I have 30 nanites on me. Efficient nanite-based technology was introduced after a series of radical experiments at the University of Uppsala in 2078. Nanites are subatomic machines that are capable of being programmed into nearly infinite variety of tasks, from forming themselves into a replication grid, to form into arbitrary objects, to fighting bacteria and viruses in the human bloodstream. In other words, nanites, combined with replication tech, created the every material. The UN Currency Redefinition Act of the 2082 opened up the door for moving financial transactions to a strict nanite basis. So this final sentence is basically telling you their currency. But they're futuristic currency. They're currency that is actually used to replicate things, to recreate weapons, ammo, and resources. So let's check our corpse. No corpse here. Maybe I checked it already. Let's just explore around. Audio log from Grassy, 7th of July. Let's listen to it.
Hey Doc, a security bot showed up with orders from you to place this grunt into the recovery freezer. I'm no cyber doc, but I know a plant job when I see one. I suppose you know they outlawed R-grade cyber goodies after that fiasco back on Citadel Station. But hey, I just work here, right?
So Grassy is talking about someone who's been cybernetically augmented. I wonder who that is. Illegally cybernetically augmented. Now, I don't have the key code for this keypad, and I can't hack, so we're going to have to leave this for now. And that's another thing I really like about this game. I mentioned in the last video, the voice acting is phenomenal, and just how well the audio logs integrate into the game flow. Like you can continue playing the game while the audio log is playing in the background, and this is something that the Bioshock spiritual successor to System Shock also does. But I just feel it's not quite as well done as System Shock. Okay, so we see there are some things on that ledge over there. I'm going to equip my Psi amp and put in my kinetic redirection skill. Basically, I'm going to float some of these things over. Now, I probably don't need to overcharge. So it's called overcharge when you go into the yellow. I probably don't need to overcharge kinetic redirection. Oh, okay, maybe I should have. Whoops. Ow. Okay. I probably didn't need to overcharge it because it doesn't deal any damage. This is strictly a functional Psi skill. But it allows me to grab things from far away without risking my life and so on and so forth. You know, if things are across a corridor of like acid or whatever, you know, very, very useful to have this skill. I would very much like to have this skill in real life, but we have not proven that humans have psionic ability, even though things like XCOM may ask us to. So here's a backup psionic amplifier. I already have one, so I'm not going to pick it up. And let's just explore some more of the room.
Let me out.
What's that noise?
I can't find my card. Please, let me out of here.
So you may be wondering what that is. It seems like our character is hallucinating. Either hallucinating or seeing ghosts. So I'm not quite sure. It's never fully explained. What's this meant to do? Two-state button. Oh, it's not working. So let's go in here. I'll equip my wrench. So the computer blew up. Science sector access card, so we can go to science. What other access cards do we have? So we have cryogenics, which we were just in. So we were awoken from cryogenic sleep, I'm assuming, by the lady in the emails. Now we have the card to science. I pick up some more nanites. Computer's not working very well, and can't get it through the glass. So we smash the glass. Psi Hypo. So let me just refresher on what a Psi Hypo is. Psi Hypo contains a potent cocktail of tension relievers, dopamine inhibitors, and circulatory stimulators. A dose will increase your Psi points by 30 up to your maximum. The Surgeon General has warned that Psi booster hypos can be habit-forming and dangerous to your health. Note also that the manufacturer has used a special patented process to make these items unable to be duplicated by those who know the molecular duplication Psi discipline in order to protect their monopoly. Really cool how there's an in-game explanation for a mechanical restriction. I mean, obviously, there is so if we look at our Psi skills, there is what it was talking about before. It's called molecular duplication, molecular transmute. No, that's not it. Where is it? I think it's rank 3. Molecular duplication. Use some nanites to duplicate one ammo clip or hypo. So this potentially creates an infinite loop. Like if they didn't block off me if I could make Psi hypos using money, then it's a potentially infinite loop. So they blocked it off, but not only do they block it off with an in-game explanation explaining that the company that makes these Psi hypos wants to keep their monopoly. So cool how a restriction of the game mechanics is explained in the game in an in-world way. Just so cool. Okay, anyway, so I think we've got our pass key. We can get through here. And now we are in Science Sector.
Well done. I'm uploading some more modules.
I've got some more modules. How many do I have? I need 13 for hack. So I'm going to... What the hell is that noise? So another great thing about this game is the auditory design. When there are enemies around, most enemies are quite vocal. And they will talk to you, and they know, and it gives you the feeling that they're around and they're looking for you. Now, what the hell is that other sound? I'm hearing a robot. Is there a robot in here? I think there's a robot in here. So these are the zombies that we saw before. Oh shit, I think you saw me. The zombies that we saw before, and they're very aggressive. And they're humanoid, and we will find out where they come from. Have you seen me? Let's go kill them.
I'll lead you.
Oh crap. Nah, I am power gaming here. You, as a beginner player, you're probably not super keen on meleeing these guys, but I've played the game enough that you can save.
On most decks, you'll find a quantum bioreconstruction device. Xerxes shut them all down, but I've discreetly put them back online. You'll need to interface with each machine locally to provide a quantum entanglement sample. Once you do that, the device will be able to rebuild your body essentially from scratch. It's not pleasant, but it's preferable to slow decomposition.
Again, in-game explanation for a game mechanic. Oh crap. Let's go. Ow! Okay, they hurt. Oh shoot, they hurt if they hit you. Luckily I didn't go down, but basically she was talking about, she reactivated these quantum entanglement samplers. Basically they bring you back to life. If you die, you get resurrected at this thing. And it's just a resurrection, it's like a checkpoint / resurrection mechanic, but explained in-game. And it's so cool when games are able to do this, you know. Let's pick up the audio log. Grassy again, the one who was talking about the grunt in the freezer.
I got called up around 0430 to help unload the shuttle coming back from Tau Ceti. Kerenskin was there alone. Jesus, what the hell happened to him? He'd lost most of his hair, and you could see these lumps on the side of his neck. And that smell. I told him he should go see Dr. Watts, but he told me to mind my own business. Well, la-di-da.
So Grassy there was talking about, let's read the actual.
I got called up around 0430 to help unload the shuttle coming back from Tau Ceti. Kerenskin was there alone. Jesus, what the hell happened to him? He'd lost most of his hair, and you could see these lumps on the side of his neck. And that smell. I told him he should go see Dr. Watts, but he told me to mind my own business. Well, la-di-da.
So Kerenskin looks like he's in bad shape, and Grassy advised him to go see a doctor, but he told him to mind his own business. I wonder what's going on. I wonder if that's linked to all these zombies running around in this area. I wonder. Obviously the answer is obviously it's linked, but it's just so cool how they build up the tension without exactly telling you what's going on. The player knows some things but is not in control. You're not in control at all. You're only in control of yourself. And I can see how this sort of approach can really freak a new player out and can really intimidate a new player, but I see this as a challenge. Okay, so I need some health, so I'm going to press H to use a med hypo. So let's actually read the med hypo. So medical hypo, designed as a quick fix for minor injuries. The chemical medical hypo injects a healing enzyme which can make a crude assessment of the patient's condition and somewhat alter the chemical makeup of the hypo to fit the case. In addition, the hypo contains a mixture of standard painkillers and anticoagulants. Not meant as a treatment for serious injury, the med hypo will do in a pinch. The only downside is the rather sharp stick of the overly engineered vac needle, which was nearly recalled 12 years ago on the introduction. Strong litigation by TriOp's legal department eliminated that potentially costly eventuality. So, med hypo. In-world explanation, heals you for a little bit, minor scratches and injuries. Game mechanic explanation, it's a health potion. You press H to heal a little bit. So cool, just the linking, the fusion between game mechanics and the in-world explanation of.
Damn! The power outage has also taken out access to this bulkhead. It's the only way to get to the medical subsection. Pick up the battery from the floor and find a recharger. The one you used before is in hard vacuum now, I'm afraid, but there should be another one on this deck. Once you get the battery recharged, place it in the auxiliary override.
So we have been asked to once again pick up another battery and once again recharge it. But the email lady has told us that the previous charger is stuck in hyperspace, or is depressurized. We can't go back there. We need to find another one. Now this is a security turret, and a security turret will alert forces to my presence and summon them to kill me. So I'm going to shoot the security turret down. Big Brother is watching. And what I just picked up is MFD gameplay and a game cartridge called Swine Keeper. So I just used the cartridge. I probably should have done a question mark on the cartridge. Suffice it to say, the MFD is a way to not the MF. This is an MFD gameplay. Yeah. So what it actually is, it's you get to play Minesweeper in System Shock. I'll just finish this quickly. Yeah. And this is so cool. You can play Minesweeper in System Shock. It's obviously not super optimized, but it's just the fact that there's this little touch in the game just adds so much to the immersion. Here we go. We found you stepped on the corner. Oh, I stepped on the corner. Oh, no good. Yeah. So that MFD is like our little Game Boy. We can carry it around. We can pick up cartridges. We can possibly hack it to gain more access to gain access to all the games. So just something interesting to hold on to, and pick up an anti-radiation hypo here. I think there's one up here. This game obviously also rewards exploration and looking up and down, not just forward and back. Log from Curtis, 6th of July.
Marie, I've got to restrict access to engineering until we can figure out what to do down there. It's just too hot. I don't know where all the hazard suits went, so I'm reduced to bringing down an armful of rad hypos. Those damn things always give me a headache.
So something's gone wrong with engineering. It's too hot. The quote-unquote too hot probably means, and he's talking about rad hypos, it means there's radiation leak down there. And the game gave us some rad hypos, and it told us subtly that you're going to need these later, so probably hold on to these. You're going to need these rad hypos. Okay, what's here? This is our quantum entanglement. I need some more cyber modules. I need to recharge that battery, that's right. And before I forget, I've got to put a link in the show notes to there's a YouTube clip of all of the audio logs, I believe, and I'm going to put a link in the show notes to that, so that if you guys want to listen to it over, and if you don't hear it very clearly in this recording, go to the link, follow the link, and you can listen to them there, and you can hear it more clearly. Obviously, the best thing for you to do is play the game, but not everyone, not everyone's in the position to do that. I understand. Okay, so let me put that link in the show notes. Okay. Should have. So there's a link in the show notes for a YouTube clip that should, I think, I've yet to find it, but I'm pretty sure it has all the audio logs for System Shock 2, so you can listen to them in your own time, catch up on the story. Be careful of spoilers though. Okay, so this is a security control station. If I'm able to hack it, I think that I can't really do a question mark on this, but basically it allows me to turn off the cameras, and it allows me to take control of the cameras and basically stop them from alerting my presence to enemies. Now, what is this thing? We have an unresearched object. This is a pulpy kidney-shaped organ that controls most of the hybrid's vital functions. Chemicals needed to research? None. Interesting. Well, it's going to take some time to research, so I'm going to tab out. It'll research in the background. There's some bottle of liquor, there's some chips. Pick these up. You can use them for health gain in a pinch. And there is a audio log from Delacroix, 4th of April 14th. This is quite a while back. Let's listen to it.
Why is it that no one listens to me? The security protocols on the Xerxes system are clearly immature. Some idiot hacked into the primary data loop last night and made Xerxes sing Elvis Presley songs for 3 hours. I finally had to pull the voice subsystem offline. What would happen if someone with a real agenda got into him?
So,
Please report any unauthorized database interactions to your direct superior. Remember, a smooth operation is everybody's responsibility.
So Delacroix was talking there about how Xerxes got hacked by someone and was made to sing Elvis Presley songs, and she was pointing towards the bigger issue, not that...
God damn. Somebody's hacked into this thing again. I'm gonna tell Delacroix.
And this ghost is talking about hacking and talking to Delacroix as well. Referring to Xerxes being quite vulnerable to security and hacking threats, and that what would happen... Research complete, we'll check that. What might happen if someone with a real agenda got in? And it seems that someone with a real agenda has gotten. Oh, here we have our pistol. Interesting. Pistol requires standard weapon skills of 1. I don't think both modifications. So this is just straightforward stuff. We'll read more about the pistol if I do end up using the pistol. Combat, I don't have any standard skill, so I can't even equip the pistol even if I wanted to. Yeah, it requires a standard skill of 1. Yeah, so I'll read about it once I have some standard skill. So this is a replicator. So those nanites we were talking about before, we can use them in the replicator, and it will.
Please make your selection.
So it cost me 3 nanites to make a bag of chips, 125 nanites to make 12 standard bullets. Pretty expensive. 37 nanites to make a med hypo. How many med hypos do I have? I have 1. So I can't hack this thing right now. Let's make a couple of med hypos. Yeah.
Choosing value wrap.
So I can use them in a pinch, like I said before, to heal some light injuries, and I'm at half health, so. And I don't think the med hypo healed me for the full 30. I think the description was a little off, but this is on hard mode, so I don't expect it to heal me for the full 30. So we're going to check our research reports. Hybrid organ. Summary. You've learned how to best target the hybrid for maximal damage. All damage you deal to hybrids will be increased by 25%. So hybrids are those zombie things that were wandering around and talking. Analysis. DNA structure indicates that this organism is a hybrid of a human host and a parasitic organism. Although the parasite resembling resembling a yard-long worm has deteriorated to a stage beyond useful analysis, the effects of the process are evident. Severe deterioration of high-level mental processes is caused by tumorous growths along the spinal column and brainstem. The non-human tissue seems to be formed by a composite of small worm-like creatures that have adapted into the host body and taken over a majority of motor control and decision-making functions. There also appears to be direct stimulation of the autonomic nervous and glandular systems. Hence, the organism produces exceptional amounts of both adrenaline and endorphins, making it remarkably strong and aggressive. Like we said before, we got hit for a lot of damage. What remains cannot be really called human at all. The damage done by the host to the host by the process is irrevocable, and the organism now functions with no sense of morality or hesitation. Recommendation: the organism is vulnerable to the same forms of stimuli as a human. However, the changes in its physiology suggest a chemistry more complex than is currently understood. Further analysis of similar organisms might provide more insight into the area. So basically those zombies, they basically are zombies. There's some sort of worm that's latched onto their head and has taken control of them, and basically they've been mind controlled by the worms. And to add insult to injury, they deal a ton of damage. And we already know that. One of them whacked me for twice for 20 points of damage, so that hurt. Cortez with another audio log.
I've been unable to get in touch with Delacroix. This place is falling apart. Members of my team keep disappearing. The leaks in the venting shaft shorted out.
That insipid computer Xerxes has shut down the elevator as well. You can transfer power at the engine core on deck 1, which will get the elevator up and running again. But you can't use the elevator to get down there. Wait. There's some kind of maintenance access right on this hallway. You can use it to reach deck 1. However, it's locked, and Xerxes is hiding the passcode from me. Dr. Watts should have the code. He's probably in the crew subsection. Grassi has the key to get in there, but he's in the medical subsection, probably near the biopsy lab. Now get to the medical subsection and find Grassi.
So she gave us a ton of information there. Basically, get to the medical subsection and find Grassi, so we can open this maintenance shaft to get down to engineering, which is filled with radiation, by the way, and reset the elevator so we can access more decks. That's basically what she told us, but it interrupted our Cortez thingo, so let's go back to the Cortez. More trouble.
I've been unable to get in touch with Delacroix. This place is falling apart. Members of my team keep disappearing. The leaks in the venting shaft shorted out the primary access channel, and that means we'll all be on auxiliary power until we can get it back up. That means all the lifts are out. Marie, where the hell are you?
So, sounds like Cortez is a engineer, and he's just talking about basically things down in engineering have gone to hell and nothing's working, so we need to get down there and fix that. And Marie, I'm assuming she's talking about Delacroix, Marie Delacroix. She's probably someone who can help us with that, but we don't know what's happened with her either. Now what's this? Crew quarters. Need a key? Oh crap. Okay, so there's a camera here. Oh shoot.
Potential
Okay.
detected.
It's gonna happen sooner or later. This thing's still quite oh my god. Okay, I'm out of here. I'm going to need to find so one of the ways to shut down a security alarm incident is to get to where is it? To get back to the thing. I need to shut it. Oh crap! They're still attacking me though. Okay. So I wouldn't recommend this sort of strafing back and forth unless you've played a number of FPSs before, because these guys deal a ton of damage. I could have easily been taken down by these guys. I want to loot their bodies. Got some nanites. Luckily, we didn't take any damage there, but could have easily gone the other way. Yeah, so that's what happens when a security camera spots you. The alarms go off and things come running. Now I'm going to eat some chips and coke to regen some health, and I'm going to destroy this pesky. I need to wait for it. So the security cameras time out after a period. If they don't see any more movement, they'll time out and they'll go back to you know, the usual mode. Let's wait and listen for the. Here we go. Makes that little beeping noise, and now it's gone. Oops. Okay, this is a good time to explain what happens if you are careless with your overloading. If you overload too much, once I let go, I'm going to take it. Let's just wait, see what happens. You take some damage because that's the risk reward of the overload mechanic. You can deal more damage, but if you're not careful, you not only lose the value of the Psi, but you get burnt.
Xerxes has control of the ship's security system. Avoid or destroy any security cameras you see. You can hack security computers to power down the cameras too, if you're good enough. But don't botch the job, or you'll set off the alarm yourself. Your corpse is useless to me.
So our email friend was just telling us about the security cameras and how they work for Xerxes now, and we can hack, like I said before, we can hack those terminals, but if we botch the job, the terminals, they'll turn against us. Okay. There's a reason I'm taking cover here, because I don't want to die for no reason. Let's look over here. Oh crap. Okay, yep, there's a turret here. I'm going to heal, and I wonder if I can take it down with my oh no, I can't side pull it. Oh, that was silly. Let me just quickly check the keyboard shortcuts actually, and check how I can move between different Psi skills. Psi amp is the tilde key. How do I move between different Psi skills? I don't think I can. Next weapon, Y and Y shift is previous weapon. Could that work? Change weapon setting, O, Y and Y shift, or B and F to change ammo type. Let's try this. So B and F opens up the ability to choose. Okay, O works. O gives me toggles through my choices, which speeds things up a little bit. O is a little far away though. What does Z do? I don't think Z does anything. Yeah, Z just helps me creep forward. You know what? I'm going to rebind it to Z. Now, apologies for how ghetto it is, but this is just a way for me. I'm going to clear it. I'm going to bind it to Z. Okay. Now, what does Z already do? I don't think Z already does any. I don't think Z currently does anything. Okay, done. Should be fine. So Z, I can use Z to toggle. It's just much easier because I play with WASD. It's much easier for me to access my different Psi skills. Oh crap. I need to wait for it to fully charge. I'm still taking a fair amount of damage. Now if I can time it correctly, I can both get the overcharge and duck out without taking any damage. And this is pretty good, so I can... Oh crap. I messed up. My bad. Let's worry less about the overcharge and worry more about just getting the ducky in. There we go, took it down. Cost me a fair amount of health and Psi, but you know, we get to salvage some bullets from it. It's 12 bullets in total. Not bad, and this thing's not going to bother me in the future anymore, although it doesn't really lead anywhere. Can I smash this window? Nope, unbreakable window. Alright. So let's go and look for our battery thing. And I think once we recharge our battery, I'm going to end the video, and because it's getting to that sort of length that I'm comfortable with doing, and not too long, not too short. Ooh, I think there's a camera here. Okay. Okay, here we are. So, is it destroyed? Awesome. So yeah, cryokinesis as a Psi user, very useful for taking down cameras. I don't have access to a gun. I need standard weapon skills 1.
Each deck has a chemical storeroom where you can find the resources you need to research the artifacts you'll find around the ship. Don't try to carry around all the chemicals at once. It's impractical and unnecessary. Your research software will tell you what chemicals it needs and when.
So what our email friend was telling us that each deck has a chemical storage. I think she mentioned something about research. So you can use these chemicals. These chemicals are used in research. That hybrid organ we researched didn't need any chemicals, but most other organs that we've come upon will need chemicals. And she said don't carry them all because, yeah, there's a lot of them. But we do have quite a useful manifest. So chemical manifest for Psi, this deck that we're on, and it tells us how much is in each one. So I don't really need to come back. I don't really need to come back. I can just check the manifest and find out if the chemical is here, and I can come back here and grab it. So let's read. This inventory list is required by UNN safety code #134882 to be kept on hand in all areas of hazardous chemical storage. Quote unquote storage is defined by the UNN security code #195331 to consist of all areas in which hazardous chemicals brackets C safety code #093355 in brackets are stored in quantities greater than 50 gram per 100 square feet for duration of greater than 24 hours. So this is like legal stuff. Legalese for you need a manifest that says what's where if you're storing any significant amount of chemicals. And I'm glad that the developers don't shy away from putting this legalese in. You know, it's an in-game explanation for why there's an audio log or a log of what's in the chemicals thing. Ow. Okay, that hurt. I'm kind of glad we bought those med hypos. Now there are some armor-piercing bullets, but I can't use a gun. I will pull this towards me though. Is there anything else in here? Okay. Now there's the healing, but there are some doors conspicuously here taunting me. So let's run toward, not the healing, let's run towards the recharger. Oh,
this is Xerxes. Remember, the unauthorized usage of firearms aboard the Von Braun is a Class 3 infraction.
So, we have just recharged our energy cell, but the lights have gone off, and there are things here. Oh, there's some cyber modules, which is pretty handy for me. I can start hacking things. But there are some turrets here. I'm assuming there's one over here as well. Yep, there's one over here as well. And I think this is a good place to leave off the clip. We have recharged our power cell, and we need to get through a hallway of turrets, so let's figure that out next time. Okay, so let's finish up there. Let's go to my... Just bear with me for a moment. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys liked the video. I definitely enjoyed doing this session. I think I'm just going to enjoy every session, honestly, that I play of System Shock 2, getting a chance to talk about a game that means so much to me from my childhood, and it still means a lot to me just in terms of game design and what it does right. Okay, so yeah, thanks in advance for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. It means a lot. I do this for the love, and any gestures of appreciation are much appreciated. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys have a lovely day and a lovely end to 2015 and start to 2016. And I'll be back next time with some more System Shock 2. So this is NoDust signing off. See you next time.